Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Let's start checking it out. It is the second game we've cast in the European WCS Premier League Round of 32 for Season 2. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yes, it's going to be awesome. We're going to go through everybody who's in the Round of 32 in Premier League. So going to see a lot of players, and some I may not have even cast before, which is going to be exciting. So let's start by checking them out. Down the bottom right side is Mr. Nerchio. He is 22 years of age, from Poland, plays for Team Acer. So very, very awesome stuff there. Team Acer, of course, one of the best. And his opponent up the top left side of the map, Mr. DeMusliM. He is 24 years of age, from the United Kingdom, plays for Evil Geniuses. And I don't seem to see nearly enough players from the UK, man, because yeah, UK is awesome. I think I've been there once. I went there once because my mate got married in the UK, and yeah, it's a very, very awesome place. You go down, just the breakfasts, man. You go to the UK and you go around Australia. I'll tell you, in Australia, you go around the breakfast and you just go down to a shop, and most places just give you a roll or a sandwich or something. You go down, there are some nice places that do like decent breakfast, like, you know, eggs and sausages and stuff like that, but they're not all that easy to find, especially when you're like me and you're out in the sticks. But England, man, oh, the breakfasts, they're just like insane, absolutely insane. Very, very nice. I'd probably be a big fat bastard if I ate them every morning, but it's so good to have a good breakfast. I usually skip breakfast most day. I just don't have the time because I just jump off to work straight away. So I definitely enjoy a nice big breakfast. So that's it. Let's check out Mr. DeMusliM, man. There's no doubt he's had a very, very nice breakfast this morning before playing this game. So he's going to be absolutely set. And Nerchio from Poland, I've never been to Poland, so I don't know how they do breakfast, whether or not he's ready to go. We can probably assume that he's had something for breakfast. Whether or not it's a big English breakfast, though, I do not know. I really don't. But let's go ahead and start checking the game out. So we've got a nice, fast Hellion sort of play coming out. Going to have the Tech Lab as well. He's building that fairly quickly, so I'm not sure if it's going to be Banshee play coming out from here. Usually if it is, they leave the Tech Lab till a little bit later, but maybe it's just normal stuff. I don't know. Somehow I don't think there's a Stargate coming out. I don't think the Banshee play is happening. That's just a feeling that I get, you know. I'm not saying I'm psychic or something. It's just a feeling that I've gotten from the fact that he built that Tech Lab so quickly. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. We've got the third base coming out from Mr. Nerchio. In terms of tech, he's got the link speed coming out. Not super fast, but at a decent pace. So it's going to be there when he needs it. He's got the double Evo chamber as well coming down here. Going to be looking to sort of close this off at some point. The Hellions are coming down at the beautiful time. Going to be roasting some workers. Oh, I think they did kill two of them. You can see, if you time it beautifully, the range on those Hellions' flame is just so good. You'd think at the very, very edge of the tip of the flame would be doing the least amount of damage, but they do the same damage no matter where their attack is. If it's right next to the Hellion or if it's ages away, it's beautiful. So if you know the exact range that the flame goes out of the Hellion, you can really do quite a bit of damage right with the tip of it, and that's what DeMusliM was doing just before. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. And that was, I believe, a few workers died. So yeah, 3 going down to the Hellions. It was a beautifully timed attack before the Queen actually got there. The Queens are down there now, and there are speedlings as well. Second Queen coming out. The Hellions are getting straight in there, though. The downside is, when you go in this deep, you can't get out again. So they're in there till the end, but they have managed to kill all of the lings, though. The Queen's doing a ton of damage, though. And in the end, what did they manage to do? Damn. 14 workers, man. He killed 14 freaking workers. That's insane. He did have to lose all the Hellions, though. 6 Hellions. So these cost 100, these cost 50. In terms of minerals lost, it's probably about the same. But man, it takes time to build those workers, and the workers would have been mining all this time. So that is nuts. But I think actually he just bought himself some time there. He didn't buy himself an advantage. He knocked off Nerchio's advantage. Look at that, 64 after losing 14 workers. So, man, Nerchio would have been absolutely... Well, I mean, you can't really compare these guys what they lost, because, I mean, he did kill 16 lings at the same time. So I'd say that DeMusliM still came off very, very nicely, considering he killed all those lings at the same time. So, yeah, but Nerchio, man, he did that fast push to get a lot of macro, and he would have been in an insane position, except he lost all those workers. And that sort of taken him back to, yeah, to a lower position. There we go. Pull down. Need to pull these lings a little bit closer to the bunker. The Marines just jump out and it's just like start shooting those guys. Oh, man. If I was in that bunker and the commander told me to get out and start running after the lings and start shooting it, I would just say, no, you know what? Just give me a sniper rifle or something and we'll do it that way instead, because I'm not getting out of this friggin' bunker. Mutas going around the long way. They are going to see a missile turret here, but they may be able to take out some reactors here, something like that, slow down the production. Actually, he's building 2 Widow Mines there. Oh, I didn't realize that, but when the reactor gets destroyed, one of the things that gets building is cancelled. I don't think it's cancelled. I think it's just put back in the queue, so now the queue will have 1 Widow Mine waiting. I'm just going to watch this because I want to see when the next one comes up. Is it already half built? No, it does look like it actually gets cancelled. It doesn't even get chucked back in the queue, it just gets cancelled. Unless he saw the reactor was going down and he cancelled the upcoming so he could build the reactor again. Which may have happened. It's extremely hard to tell if DeMusliM would have done that. So whether or not it's just jumped back in the queue or whether it's completely cancelled, I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, could be. Anyway, 1-1 is finished, and the Mutas have level 1 weapons as well. We got Banelings rolling out, we got Mutas coming out. This bunker is not going to hold, and this base is not going to hold. Oh, look at the Banelings. The workers trying to zig, they're trying to zag, and they all end up dying. Phenomenal effort from Mr. Nerchio, but now he has to run back and defend against this base. And we do have some good old-fashioned Terran versus Zerg, Triple M versus Mutaling slugfest with a million units coming out of every player all over the place and just going nuts. Look at this beautiful split. There's no units anywhere near him, but he's already split up to take care of the Banelings coming in. But now he's sort of packing it in once again. The Widow Mine's coming in, doing a nice job. I think there was some splash damage there. The Banelings coming in. A small force does manage to survive, but the Lings are going to finish those guys up. So unfortunately, DeMusliM getting caught out a little bit there, losing quite a ton of units. We'll have to see if he can hold there, because he really didn't do that much damage to Nerchio's army right there. He lost a ton of units, didn't really do anything back there. There is a Thor, but there's a ton of Lings, and the Thor does not want to be in that situation. So there we go. Does manage to scare the Mutas away, actually. And a bunch of Marines as well, scaring them away. I think Nerchio could have pushed there, but I could definitely understand him not wanting to push there, because there's going to be the reinforcement advantage for DeMusliM. And what's the goal here anyway, to push on these guys? I mean, is he going to finish the game at the 15-minute mark? No. So better to fall back, come in from a different angle, take out this third base while DeMusliM is weakened. And look at this great stuff. He's got a bunch of Marines coming out. Does actually force these guys to run away. The Banelings obviously not in a great position to be able to knock these guys out. And yeah, very good stuff. We've got 2-2 for DeMusliM with 3 weapons on the way. Nerchio does have 2-2. Almost the armor is just about finished there, and he's just about to get level 2 air weapons as well. Coming into this third base once again, but yeah, almost got those Marines, almost baited them into shooting the Mutas when the Banelings were directly underneath the Mutas, which would have been absolutely hilarious. That is one of those very tricky things that Zerg players like to do in this situation. They roll in with the Mutas, and the Banelings are hidden under the Mutas, so it's actually hard for the Terran player to see that the Mutas are there. So he's trying to sync them up so the Banelings are underneath the Muta pack. Oh man, this is fantastic play from Nerchio right there. So here we go, the Mutas take all the plan. Oh, look at the Banelings coming in underneath, doing a fantastic job. The Thor goes down, bunch of Marines getting hit by Banelings, and a bunch of Mutas did take some hits, but Nerchio definitely the winner in that battle, and just moving in, destroying a whole bunch of workers once again. Oh man, we're down 31 under 71, and that is all we need to say there. DeMusliM giving the GG. Too many workers being lost there. I'll be back, he says. Oh man, so good stuff there. And the bailings underneath the mutas, it's such a brilliant play from the Zerg player, and it seemed to do the trick there. It really did. The Marines knew what was happening, and they did run away once they saw the bailings were under there. I don't think they were too fooled, but in the end, everything just got blown up anyway. The bailings got blown up. The Marines got blown up. The third base was taking an absolute crap ton of damage, and in the midst of it, there were more than enough bailings to take out the workers. So Nerchio had the bailing numbers down. He had a crap ton of bailings. Usually, a lot of Zerg players, they run in, they have a whole bunch of bailings, they swarm in, they destroy all of the Marines, or most of the Marines with their bailings, and then suddenly there's like 2 or 3 Marines left, and no bailings. And then they just got to re-macro bailings up again. And while they're re-macroing their bailings up, the Terran player streams out with Marines and starts pushing them back. So Nerchio had enough bailings there. He pushed the Marines away, and he had bailings left over to swarm into the Marine line and absolutely decimate the worker population time after time. And that's what won him the game. He was so far ahead on the worker numbers in the end because he just had bailings left over to kill all of the workers. So great job there from Mr. Nerchio. And thank you very much for watching this game. Thank you very much. I totally screwed that up, but yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll be continuing on with the European WCS Premier League Round of 32. And stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet.